Okay, so this is the final thing that we're going to discuss in mise en scène, and it's a subset underneath acting, and it's frontality versus oblique framing. Now, what we have here are two screenshots where I'm showing you A, frontality, and B, oblique framing. Now, frontality is when the camera directly faces the object that's being filmed. In this case, it is Felicia Day as Codex's face. And when you frame a character like this, where they're staring directly at the camera and addressing the camera directly, this is called frontality. And it also falls under the subset of breaking the fourth wall. Because when an actor or an actress faces the camera and talks to the camera directly, it feels like said actor is addressing the audience directly or breaking the fourth wall. We discussed this a couple weeks ago about breaking the fourth wall and its significance. This was a technique that was first made famous in Kurosawa's film Rashomon. And if you have not watched that film, I highly suggest that you do. More currently, and a more, up-to-date reference, even though it's still quite, I think this film came out like 30 years ago. Ferris Bueller's Day Off made this technique kind of famous at a time when it wasn't. But now that we have webcams and more people are filming themselves talking to their computer, frontality has become quite commonplace. Now, historically, what we've used under what's called the Hollywood classical cinema style is what's called oblique framing. And here, oblique framing makes it seem not as though the character is addressing the audience directly, but that we, the audience, are spying upon characters going about their everyday life. So you'll notice with oblique framing as opposed to frontality, here Felicia Day's shoulders are right on the 180-degree line, right? That she's facing the camera. And here with oblique, we usually have the actors positioned at a 30-degree angle. Their shoulders positioned at a 30-degree angle from the camera. And this gives us the perception that we, the audience, again, are a fly on the wall, that we're spying upon the characters, that this is something that's happening in real life, that we just have privileged access to, as opposed to something that's been staged specifically to speak to us. Now, this kind of frontality tends to, again, blur the line between fiction and reality. And a lot of times when people are watching web series, they have a difficult time differentiating between the actor and as the character and the actor as a real person. We tend to start thinking about them as more real because they address us directly, as opposed to us just spying on them. You'll notice that this kind of framing where the characters are at a 30-degree angle or an oblique angle to the camera is what you typically see in regular cinema, in films, in shows that aren't reality shows, where again we're being asked to immerse ourselves into the narrative and not think about that actor or actress as a real person, but instead as entertainment that we are watching. So I do want you to be thinking about that as well as you move forward into your assignment, which the assignment... So I want you to keep thinking about oblique and frontality framing as you move into your assignment, which your assignment has now been posted on the, I'm sorry, kind of plunking around here, on Moodle. And here we go. It's on the syllabus, and it's listed down here under this week. Here we go, season 1. There it is. And then there is also under this week, as per normal, the week 1 assignment. There's only one assignment this week, and for this assignment you'll be looking at the guild and thinking about mise en scène. So here on, here we go, on WordPress, you will see again that I have added, as I have normally, a blog post where I've explained the assignment in addition to the assignment on the syllabus. And here we go. Oh, so many links to click. And here under, we have Guild and Mise en Scène. And this is where you're going to be posting your assignment for this week, where you're going to create a page, not a blog post, on our WordPress site, where you identify and analyze the significance of the 5 types of mise en scène in the Guild as captured in 2 different screenshots. So you yourself are going to take screenshots of 2 different moments in season 1 of the Guild that you think are interesting, and you're going to analyze the costume, the setting and decor, the lighting, the space, and the acting. Those are the 5 components of mise en scène. And you're going to analyze those in each of the screenshots, just as I've been doing for you throughout these videos. So, and then also add your link to the Guild and Mise en Scène blog post that I've already created. And then finally, don't forget to post in Moodle the link to the page you created and a short but thoughtful reflection in which you cite specific examples of what you learned by completing this assignment or questions that you still have about the subject matters. This can be worth up to 30 points. So just to run you through a quick example about how this will go down, here I have, here we have the blog post that I've created that you're going to attach your link to. Now I have added categories to this page, and we can see those. We can see those categories here under categories and tags. I've put it underneath the Guild as a category. And then also the tags, I have cinematography, costume, decor, digital storytelling, extensions, focus, gaming, lighting, mise en scène, setting, space, the Guild, transmedia, and World of Warcraft. So these are the tags that if somebody searches again in Google will help to lead that person to our website. So do remember that we're, as with anything on the internet, this is going out to a wider audience than just our class. So this is the page that you will be posting to, and I'm going to go back here to where you'll be adding. I have again pulled up the Guild. And I'm a PC user, I'm not a Mac user, so if I want to take a screenshot of this particular scene, what I do is I hit Control Print Screen, which I've already done, but I'm going to redo it for you again. And I get this list of options here. What I want to do is save the picture so that I can have it saved to my computer. And when I do that, you'll see I've already done this, so I'm just going to click on it again and save over the file where I've already done it. And I'm going to replace that. And now the image, the screenshot has been saved to my computer. If you are a Mac user, instead of doing Control Print Screen, you can hit Shift Command, which is that button, and then 3. And that will cause you to, of course, capture whatever it is that's currently on your screen. Then what you do is you create a page, again, not a blog post, but a page. You put your name on it, and then your title for your blog post. Mine is Bad Parenting, Done Dirt Cheap. And I will add the image to this page. Now, how you do that is you come up here under this plus sign where it says Insert Content. You click on the drop-down menu and you choose Add Media. Now, what I want to do is, well, I've already added this, but because I was working on this earlier, but what you're going to do is you're going to say, I want to add new. And then when you do that, you're going to get your drop-down menu, your navigation, where you can pick your file. My file I placed on the desktop. And so I pick desktop. Here is my image, my PNG image, Claire's Kids. And I say, okay, I want to add this. And then I hit insert. Once it finishes loading here in just a second. Okay. So now I'm loading the image. It'll take a second to come up, but there it is. Yay. And once the image is in here, I can still work on the page. Okay, so I have a couple of returns here, and I want to lift this image up so that it's higher and that my commentary comes below. And I'm just going to add, for my memory's sake and for yours too, the 5 components of mise-en-scène, which is costume, setting and decor, lighting, space, and then finally, I'm going to come down here, acting. Now, what I want each of you to do is to look at these components within the image that you've chosen and then analyze those components. So here you can see for costume, we have 2 little girls. We can tell that they're little girls because they're both wearing pink. And in Western culture, in the current day, pink equals girls, right? We also have a hair ribbon here, which shows that somebody has been taking care of this little girl, that her hair has been brushed and that has been put into a cute style. Clara is given often a bad rap for being a bad parent, but obviously she has invested some time into these children. She's also dressed them in clean clothes that are stereotypically feminine within Western culture. As far as the setting and decor goes, the children are in the kitchen. They're behind a gate, which shows that Clara does not want to have really contact with them from moment to moment. But here in the background, we have the kitchen, a typically maternal domestic space that is slightly messy, but not disgusting, right? We have a couple of towels that are on the counter. This shows that somebody's been working in the kitchen. There's a towel here hanging off of what looks like the dishwasher, which shows that this person is interested in wiping their hands and cleanliness. We also have some buckets back here that might be interesting. She's got, what is this called? Oh gosh, I'm blanking on this. But this kind of surface on the refrigerator, I want to say aluminum, and I know that's wrong. But it shows that they have up-to-date modern appliances, which is in direct contrast to the old linoleum on the floor. So they probably own an older house. See, these are all the kind of keys that you pick up on by looking at the details. Again, these are 1950s cabinets, so probably Clara and her husband have an older house, but nevertheless they have enough money to buy newer appliances. And so that's costume setting. So then we would start looking at lighting. The lighting is very natural. You can tell that the lighting is coming in through the window and hitting the child. There's no key lighting or fill lighting that would take her face out of shadow. So it's extremely natural, which makes it seem like a natural space. The space has deep space and deep focus. The foreground, the midground, and the background, we have the 3 levels, and they're all equally crisp, clean, and clear. And then the acting is young children just acting naturally. They're just sort of walking around. But then we also have the child throwing the note that the nanny left, thus exposing that Clara has been negligent. So the child's acting, the throwing of the note, keys us into the fact that Clara is, taking care of some details, as evidenced by the costume and the clean kitchen, but also is neglecting other details. This is what you're going to be filling out down here in this space. And you want to take 2 screenshots and do it for each of them. Okay? So I wish you very good luck, and I look forward to reading your submissions.